On behalf of the Washburn University Board of Regents, the faculty, administration, and staff, I welcome you to this commencement in Washburn University's 153rd year. Please remain standing and join the Washburn Singers under the direction of Dr. Song Yi Park in the singing of our national anthem. Please be seated. I want to thank Dr. Park, who conducted the choir. The music department is such an important part of Washburn, and we are so pleased that members of the Washburn Singers are here with us today. Please let's give them a round of applause. Also, please join me in expressing thanks to Mrs. Norma Pettijohn, organist, and the Washburn Faculty Brass Quintet for providing music this evening. I would like to direct your attention to the international flags surrounding the platform in recognition of Washburn University's impact locally, nationally, and globally. The flags that have been posted represent the countries of the world which have had students attend Washburn. These countries are represented by flags above the commencement platform. Flags along the sides of the podium represent countries which currently have students attending Washburn. At this time, Mr. Zach Surratt, President of the Washburn Student Government Association, will introduce the platform party.
Thank you, Dr. Mazachek. To the graduates, congratulations. To the friends and families, thank you for your enduring support. And to the faculty, thank you for the time and effort you constantly give to create an exceptional educational experience at Washburn. I would like to introduce the platform party. Please stand as I call your name and remain standing and hold your applause until all are introduced. Dr. Jane Robinson, lecturer and Grand Marshal. Dr. Carla Pratt, Dean, School of Law. Dr. Monica Scheibmeier, Dean, School of Nursing. Dr. Laura Stevenson, Dean, College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Pat Munzer, Dean, School of Applied Studies. Dr. David Sollers, Dean, School of Business. Dr. John Mulliken, Associate Professor and Chair in Biology Department. Dr. Vicki Kelly, Associate Professor, Allied Health Department. Dr. Eric Grossbich, Vice President for Student Life. Dr. Richard Litke, Executive Director of Enrollment Management. Mr. Jim Martin, Vice President for Administration and Treasurer. Ms. Mandy Walter, President of the Washburn University Alumni Association Board of Directors. Ms. Jennifer Sork, Board of Regents. Ms. Blanche Parks, Board of Regents. Mr. Terry Beck, Vice Chair, Board of Regents. Dr. Julianne Mazachek, Vice President for Academic Affairs. Mr. William Sneed, Board of Regents. Mr. John McGivern, Board of Regents. Mr. Paul Hofer, Chair, Board of Regents. And Dr. Farley, President. You may be seated.
And now it is my pleasure to introduce the President of Washburn University, Dr. Jerry Farley.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, everyone, and welcome. What a wonderful occasion this is tonight. This is a time for celebrating the completion of a major milestone in your education. You have reached the goal of obtaining your degree, and you have earned the right to be proud of achieving that goal. And tonight, you are here to celebrate that achievement with your family, your friends, indeed the entire academic community of Washburn University. Your success is, of course, due largely to you. But think about it. Could you have done this and achieved this pinnacle of your success without also having supportive parents, other family members, friends, faculty, and alumni? They have served as mentors and role models for you, and you now assume more responsibilities as an educated citizen of our great country. You made a life-changing decision a few years ago when you decided to attend Washburn University. You have attended a great university. I know you have had wonderful educational experiences. You have had faculty members that helped you along the way. And I know that your graduation tonight reflects the achievement of a dream that you established for yourself and that others had for you as well. We all congratulate you on a job well done. You have met the expectations that you set for yourself, and you have learned things along your pathway to becoming a college graduate that will serve you for the rest of your life and your career. You will use the skills which you have developed in ways that is hard for you to even predict or imagine tonight. Your success may lead you to believe that you're a really pretty special person. Certainly your family, your friends think that you are, and indeed all of us at Washburn truly believe that you are a special person as well. Your presence here gives you the right to claim that special status. You've likely overcome a number of different hurdles and challenges to be here. Perhaps you had second thoughts and anxiety about your academic ability along the way. But you worked hard and you developed the discipline required to succeed. That same commitment to discipline will help you succeed in life and in your chosen field. Now, this ceremony is steeped in tradition, steeped in everything that we do tonight, from the music that was played as you came in, to the gowns, the funny little hats that you're wearing, the faculty's robes and colorful hoods, the ceremonial march into this grand arena. Perhaps while you were on campus, you had secret handshakes and oaths of honorary and fraternal organizations. Think about the mascot. Think about the nicknames, the songs. All of this is a part of this experience of becoming an educated person at Washburn. You perpetuate those traditions now. This ceremony joins you with the past and joins you with the future that you create. Now, you must do more. You must join a community outside the cloistered university life and further develop your skills. It is now your responsibility to begin to fulfill the expectations that this education that you have earned and the dreams that you have had demand. The reputation of Washburn University is built on those who have preceded you in successes that they have had in their lives. Your actions, your future successes, and your character will create the reputation in the future. Your heads, I am sure, are full of data, facts, figures, concepts, and ideas. You've just finished your finals. You have packed an enormous amount of intellectual activity into the short time that you have been at Washburn. While these facts and figures will be incredibly useful to you as you begin your work and your career, and perhaps as you continue your education. But we also know that you have learned more than just facts and figures, and you must continue to learn for the rest of your life. The most important thing that I hope that you have learned is how to think. Sounds simple, doesn't it? How to think. Many of those facts and figures and data that you have learned will be outdated in relatively short order. You must continue to educate yourself, and you must continue to think. This is an important aspect of your education. For it is not just the recollection of those facts and figures that will make a difference. It's how you use them that will continue to change your life and the lives of others around you. Thinking is more concisely, critical thinking is what will separate you as a Washburn graduate from many others that will be seeking employment in the same way that you are. And they will just rely on remembering those facts and figures. You will know how to make decisions based upon your thoughts. It is this ability that will separate you from the rest of your competitors. Now, we want you to also know that it's not just reciting those facts. There are a lot of people who think that making swift decisions, being decisive, moving quickly when you take a new job is what is required. There have been many, many different writers, different people that have published their thoughts that say, wait a minute, maybe you need to think more about that. Sometimes military generals, military persons get a reputation of being decisive, but many of the most successful military persons in the history of the world also knew how to plan, how to work their way through things, and most of all, how to think before they engaged their enemy. I hope that your Washburn education will help you develop the ability that is present in every effective leader to see the subtle shades of gray in many of the decisions. Graduates, you have the capacity to be truly great. Greatness comes from recognizing that your potential is limited only by how you choose to do things, how you use your freedom, how resolved you are in what you are pursuing. In short, greatness is dependent upon your attitude, and we're all free to choose our attitude. Choose well. You have the capability, you have the talent, and now you have the opportunity. And now you have the responsibility for your own success. We know, the faculty knows, the alumni know, your friends and family know that you will make us proud. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Farley. At this time, we are truly honored to recognize a very special set of individuals who have chosen in their lifetime to serve our country. I would ask that veterans or anyone who is actively or has served in the military service to please stand, students and in the audience. We are grateful that you served your country with honor, and we are pleased that we were able to recognize you today. Thank you so much for your service. The road to graduation from Washburn University should offer students more than the completion of an array of courses that is then rewarded with a diploma. Graduates should be given the opportunity to be transformed by their Washburn experience. The goal of a higher education institution is not to turn out graduates, but to graduate students who turn out to be highly principled citizens who make a difference in society. Students pursuing an undergraduate degree at Washburn have the opportunity to participate in up to 4 different transformational experiences before graduation. These Washburn transformational experiences are described on page 6 of your program. Today, we would like to recognize those students who have completed one or more of these transformational experiences by asking them to stand. Thank you for joining me in recognizing the accomplishments of these students. You may be seated. We are also very pleased to have students representing the following countries and graduating with degrees from Washburn University tonight. Would our international students stand and remain standing as I mention your country? China, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, France, Indonesia, Japan, Kenya, Nepal, Paraguay, Saudi Arabia, and Spain. Please join me in thanking these students. Thank you so much. You may be seated. Dr. Farley will now introduce the Siverson Award finalist and the Siverson Award recipient for the fall 2018 graduating class.
As a result of a most generous gift to Washburn University by sisters Erna and Gretchen Siverson, an award has been established to honor the most deserving student selected from among the highest ranking students as a member of the senior class in the undergraduate program at each commencement ceremony. Based upon those students' academic performance, 5 students have been selected as Fall 2018 Siverson Award finalists. Additional information regarding their accomplishments, and there are many, can be found at the beginning on page 22 in your program. I ask each finalist to stand as I call your name, and please remain standing until all have been introduced. Adrian Becker. Adrian Becker. Okay. Adrian is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. Daria Dennison. Daria is graduating with a Bachelor of Arts degree and a double major in theater and mass media, with an emphasis in film and video. Mark Kodich. Mark is graduating this summer with a Bachelor of Arts degree in mass media. Shu Hua Ma, better known as Rose. Rose is graduating with a Bachelor of Business Administration degree with a concentration in accounting. Chelsea Wilson. Chelsea is graduating with a Bachelor's of Applied Studies degree in Human Services. To these students and their families and friends, we extend our heartiest congratulations on your outstanding academic achievements. You may be seated. We have established a Siverson Award Committee that recently met to review the credentials of the finalists and select a recipient. Rose Ma, would you please come forward to be recognized? Let me continue while she is walking to the stage. After completing her bachelor's degree, Rose plans to complete the Master's of Accountancy program at Washburn and has accepted the position of controller at Polo Customs Productions here in Topeka. Rose is described by one of her professors as unforgettable, stating, quote, "She is unquestionably one of the top students among the thousands that this professor has taught over the years. She is a brilliant professional, a person who focuses on excellence." Rose, for your outstanding academic achievement, Washburn University is proud and honored to present you the Fall 2018 Siverson Award.
To honor these Siverson finalists, as well as all our graduates, we have a special presentation of a choral piece that was created specifically for our 150th anniversary celebration. It's titled Ichabods and All We Do. The lyrics to this piece were written by an alumna, Phyllis Hoffman, and can be found on the front and inside cover of your program. Thank you, Dr. Park and the Washburn Singers. We will now proceed to the conferring of degrees. We ask that parents, relatives, and friends use the area in front and to the right of the stage designated for taking photographs so as not to obstruct the graduates or the professional photographers. You may then return to your seats for the remainder of our ceremony. This is what we're here for. Will all candidates for a doctoral degree or a master's degree please rise? President Farley, those before you and in absentia are candidates for a doctoral degree or a master's degree. I am pleased to present to you now for the conferring of their degrees those who have completed the requirements and have been recommended by the faculty.
Thank you, Dr. Mazurczak. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of Washburn University, I hereby confer upon those who have completed the requirements the appropriate degree with all of the honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Please be seated and wait until you are called forward by the marshals.
Candidates for these degrees will be presented by their academic dean.
President Farley, I present to you the candidates for the LLM or Juris Doctor degrees.
Abdu Aseri. Susanna Ampem. Morgan Elizabeth Hamas, Dean's Honors. Alex S. Hull. Teresa Evelyn Herla, Dean's Honors. Elizabeth Kathleen Kelly. Dean Kirk, cum laude. Michael Edward Lindgren. J. Dilip Patel. Curry Patrick Sexton, cum laude. Alex Michael Shepard. Whitney Rose Skinner. Allison Ann Zerby.
Dr. Farley, I present to you the candidates for the Doctor of Nursing Practice degree.
Thank you.
School of Nursing, Doctor of Nursing Practice, Amy Hanlon. Rachel Hill. Carrie Moore. Crystal Stevens.
Dr. Farley, I present to you the candidates for the Master of Arts, Master of Education, and the Master of Liberal Studies.
Thank you.
College of Arts and Sciences, Master of Education, Courtney Kane, Stauffer Scholar. Jennifer Snyder, Stauffer Scholar.
Dr. Farley, I present to you the candidates for the Masters of Arts, Masters of Criminal Justice, and the Masters of Health Science degrees.
Master of Criminal Justice, Samantha Lynch. Brooke Ralston. Master of Arts, Christopher Alexander. Anita Sampson. Ashley Sumter. They need to switch. Master of Health Science, Dixie Copeland. Stacy Hawkins. Ida Johnson.
President Farley, I present to you the candidates for the Masters of Business Administration degree.
Master of Business Administration, Jacqueline Adams. Dawood Alablani. Two at a time. Bottom. Okay. Depesh Bhattarai, Prakash Bhattarai. Yep. Casey Clark, Sangam Kondo. Jordan Sester, Rohit Shakya. Okay. Levi Thompson, Maya Tishnor. Shoshan Zhou.
The doctoral degree represents more than 90 academic credit hours of advanced study beyond a bachelor's degree. The LLM degree represents 24 academic credit hours of advanced study in law. The master's degree represents more than 30 academic credit hours of advanced study beyond a bachelor's degree. We are proud to welcome 1 LLM graduate, 14 Juris Doctor graduates, 4 Doctor of Nursing Practice graduates, and 33 master's degree graduates as new alumni of Washburn University. Will all candidates for an associate degree or a bachelor degree please rise? President Farley, those before you and in absentia are candidates for the associate or bachelor's degrees. I'm pleased to present to you now for the conferring of their degrees those who have completed the requirements and have been recommended by the faculty.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of Washburn University, I hereby confer upon those who have completed the requirements the appropriate degree with all of the honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Please be seated until called to the stage.
Candidates for these degrees will be presented by their academic dean.
President Farley, I present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Business Administration degree.
Thank you, Dean.
Bachelor of Business Administration, Turki Aldib. David Artidiello, magna cum laude, School of Business Scholar, Honors. Cole Artzer, magna cum laude. Jennifer Bean. Jared Bishop. Jacob Bublitz, magna cum laude, School of Business Scholars, Honors. Josh Crosby, magna cum laude. Lauren Davidson, cum laude. Shanoa Davis. Jacob Dickey, magna cum laude, School of Business Scholar, Honors. Luke Dimmick. Darren Dodge. Madison Fangman. Tyler Feist, summa cum laude, School of Business Scholar, Honors. Jenna Garcia, magna cum laude, School of Business Scholar, Honors. Ramon Garcia. James Gary. Christian Gruby, magna cum laude. Leslie Gutierrez. Joshua Abi. Matthew Hicks, cum laude, School of Business Scholar, Honors. Jacob Horner. Jessica Lancaster, magna cum laude. Logan Lexo. Gordon Lattimore. Matthew Lawsey. Thank you. Rose Ma, summa cum laude, School of Business Scholar Honors, Siberson Award winner. Marcus McKinney. Cheyenne Price, cum laude, Link Bonner Scholar. Taylor Selk. Yichen Tan. Dane Swan. Benjamin Talley. Blake Tomasino, cum laude. Tyler Touchstone. Nolan Verslis. Blaine Wells, cum laude, School of Business Scholar Honors.
President Farley, I present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree.
Thank you, Dean.
Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Sarah Altenhofen, cum laude. Grace Isabel Bailey, cum laude. Caroline Antonina Barnes, cum laude. Madison Lachey Becker. Adrian Elizabeth Beaker, summa cum laude, School of Nursing Scholar, Siverson Award finalist. Andrea Ruth Blau, cum laude, School of Nursing Scholar. Stacy Ann Boyd. Megan Bernheide. Abigail Joan Cullen, cum laude. Kylie Marissa Dillon, cum laude. Bailey Mackenzie Ebert. Sarah Ford, summa cum laude, School of Nursing Scholar. Courtney Ray Freed. Gentry Gideon. Shania Marie Gormley. Darcy Griffiths. Amber Renee Gromes. Rachel Catherine Marie Hadel, cum laude. Lindsay Hamas, magna cum laude. Casey Lynn Herring, magna cum laude. Austin Higgins. Lauren Ashley Jefferson. Ellen Marie Karloff, cum laude. Nicole Brianne Catherines, cum laude. Levi Lindsay, cum laude. James Lugman. Tristan Kelly Lutz, magna cum laude, School of Nursing Honors. Natasha Marie Manning, summa cum laude, School of Nursing Honors. Miranda Lynn Mansfield, cum laude. Amy Nicole McCallum. Brianna Margaret McElroy, cum laude, School of Nursing Scholar. Carly June Meyer, cum laude, School of Nursing Honors. Danielle Marie Milazzo, magna cum laude, School of Nursing Scholar. Krista Lee Miller. Madeline Moses, cum laude. Alex Nedved. Emily Nicole Nolte, cum laude. Lucas Allen Nush. Courtney Panter, summa cum laude, School of Nursing Scholar. Alyssa Danielle Parks. Paige Pruitt. Gerard Pryor. Chase Ritter, summa cum laude, School of Nursing Scholar. Lauren Relay. Rebecca Lynn Robbins, cum laude. Allison Rogenkamp, cum laude. Andrea Rogenkamp. Hillary Ronenbaum, cum laude. Mallory Chardine, magna cum laude. Samantha Ann Schlegel, School of Nursing Scholar. Morgan Nicole Simmons, magna cum laude. Kara Michelle Simon, magna cum laude. Ashlyn Smith, magna cum laude, School of Nursing Scholar. Caitlin Smith, cum laude. Mackenzie Lynn Stoltz, cum laude. Annie Tessendorf, magna cum laude. Kristen Brianne Thiessen, magna cum laude. Madison Vargo. Tara Ashton Weens. Kelsey Nicole Wilson.
Dr. Farley, I present to you the candidates for the Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science, Bachelor of Applied Science, Bachelors of Health Science, Bachelors of Science in Criminal Justice, Bachelor of Criminal Justice, Bachelor of Legal Studies, and a Bachelor of Social Work degrees.
Wow, Dean. Thank you.
Associate of Science, Theron Brown. Charles Ortega, School of Applied Studies Honors. Gerson Ramirez, School of Applied Studies Honors. Riley Richardson. Elizabeth Hoculi. Carlos Vega. Bachelor of Applied Science, Daisy Aguilera. Patrick Elgringhoff, summa cum laude, Human Services Honors. Chase Holford, Human Services Honors. Amber McCown. Amanda Miller, Human Services Honors. Rebecca Nims, Human Services Honors. Jaquita Nicole Ramirez. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't read. Jaqueta. Okay. Jaqueta Nicole Ramirez Jennings. Abby Stevenson, Human Services Honors. Brianna Strom, magna cum laude, Human Services Honors. David Varner, Allied Health Honors. Jessica Wheeler, Human Services Honors. Chelsea Wilson, summa cum laude, Human Services Honors, Siberson finalist. Bachelor of Health Science, Kenneth Bangert. Mackenzie Decker. Elizabeth Jope, cum laude. Jordan Hazenkamp. Megan Levern. Jennifer O'Neill, cum laude, Allied Health Honors. Cosmas Sina. Cody Snyder. Maggie Spires, Allied Health Honors. Bachelor of Science in Criminal Justice, Randy Bailey. Lindsay Burvey, magna cum laude, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors. Ian Brannon, cum laude, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors. Rashad Chester. Brett Evanson, magna cum laude, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors. Esteban Gonzalez. Tony Grady, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors. Jennifer Hamlin. Grant Huxman. Tammy Shipley Jaramillo, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors. Samaje Johnson. Jacob Kaler, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors. Danielle Losi, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors. Claire Masick, magna cum laude, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors. Amitria Perry. Christopher Roselle. Logan Runnebaum. Madison Scott, cum laude, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors. Caston Spencer. Luke Williams, cum laude, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors. Amelia Wynn, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors. Bachelor of Legal Studies, Jacob Mahalski, magna cum laude, Criminal Justice Legal Studies Honors. Sandy Talaz. Tracy Vudas. Bachelor of Social Work, Tamara Collins. Jaron Presswood. This is you. Here.
Associate of Arts, College of Arts and Sciences. A little early.
President Farley, I present to you the candidates for the Associate of Arts, Associate of Liberal Studies, Associate of Science, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Education, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Integrated Studies, Bachelor of Music, and the Bachelor of Science degrees.
Thank you, Dean. You've been hard at work.
You bet.
Associate of Arts, Darian Nims. David Salas. Damaya Valdivia, School of Applied Studies, Honors. Associate of Liberal Studies, Justin Bauer. Dakota Bean. Leslie Vanessa Lopez Areola. Tricia Schmuck. Bachelor of Arts, Samantha Abendroth, magna cum laude. Darian Abram, summa cum laude. Miranda Albert. Naif Al-Hujayli. Alan Amato, Jr. David Amer, summa cum laude, Spanish honors. Elizabeth Baker, cum laude, communication honors. Caitlin Blocker. Charles Bloomstrom Johnson. Tara Bowers. Eileen Castillo Nahara, summa cum laude, French honors. Alexander Cheney. Isaac Clark. Jeffrey Clayton. Keaton Cofield. Letha Kraft, mass media honors. Emma Davis, summa cum laude, sociology and anthropology honors. Daria Lee Dennison, mass media theater, Siberson finalist, summa cum laude, university honors, honor scholar. Lauren Doblin, summa cum laude, English honors. Valentina Echarta Añez, magna cum laude. Christopher Ford. Tiana Francis Faustin. Magdalena Gallegues. Communication honors. Brian Grabkowskis. Riley Honzlik. Jackson Hishma, Angela Marie Huffman, Sociology and Anthropology, Honors, magna cum laude. Jessica Kennedy, cum laude, Communication Honors. Virginia Kennedy. Tyler Kilgore. Mark Kodich, Mass Media Honors, Siperson finalist. Justine Kovach. Jaron Kutsky. Jenna Lancer. Alexander Laughlin. Salvador Lopez Jr. Bailey McCall. Lisa McDonald. Aaron McGrath. Christine Mick, magna cum laude, English Honors. Taylor Miller. Kylie Monahan, magna cum laude. Camilo Navarro Aguayo. Ohio. Jennifer Chin Nguyen. Adam Henry Patterson. Andrew Percoon, cum laude. Charles Rankin. Julia Richardson. Taylor Schiffelbein. Lauren Schley, summa cum laude, English Honors. Andrew Shermone. Brian Stadler. Lacey Stevens. Taylor St. John. Carly Swan, magna cum laude. Dylan Tyler. Michaela Vargo, magna cum laude. Libby Vogelsberg, summa cum laude, University Honors, Psychology Honors, Honors Graduate. Jeanne White. Megan Woodward. Rebecca Zimmerman. Bachelor of Education. Audrey Bolt, magna cum laude, Education Honors. Samantha Comstock. John Darrow. Kristen Rochelle Forster. Connor Patterson, summa cum laude, Education Honors. Hannah Ray, magna cum laude, Education Honors. Paige Ringy, summa cum laude, Education Honors. Lorraine Leonella Teeter. Bachelor of Fine Arts, Riley Boomer. Alexandria Henderson, cum laude. Ying Li Yu, magna cum laude. Jenna Reed, summa cum laude, Art Honors. Bachelor of Integrated Studies, Lon Anthony Talbert. Trevin Weens. Bachelor of Music, Alicia Schoenberger, summa cum laude, Music Honors. Bachelor of Science, Kelly Bush, magna cum laude, Sociology and Anthropology Honors. Isaac Kaysen, cum laude. Megan Conant. Dylan Cox, magna cum laude. Alexander Foyles. Elizabeth Goodrow. Brandon Hobbick. Zachary Hastings. Yuquan Hong. Wentao Jung. Audra Aurora Keene, summa cum laude, Biology Honors. Regan Miller. Clara Murray, magna cum laude, Biology Honors. Sarah Shapiro, summa cum laude, Biology Honors. Margie Sheth, cum laude, Biology Honors. Aaron Spiro, summa cum laude. Benjamin Wolf, cum laude. Bachelor of Business, Yuhao Zhang.
We are proud to welcome 333 bachelor degree graduates and 126 associate degree graduates as new alumni of Washburn University. Before concluding the ceremony, graduates, I would like to underscore that this is a moment of transition. You entered Lee Arena as the final step in celebrating the degree that you are receiving today. As you leave today, not only do you begin your exciting future, but you join thousands of proud Washburn University alumni. In that regard, it is now my pleasure to introduce Mandy Walter, President of the Washburn University Alumni Association Board of Directors.
On behalf of the more than 45,000 Washburn alumni, I congratulate you on your graduation from Washburn University. You're joining the ranks of alumni from across the nation and around the world who all have the same thing in common. We are all Ichabods. Like them, you have developed a permanent and lasting relationship with Washburn University. As such, your continued involvement will help shape the university for the generations of Ichabods who will follow in your footsteps. Throughout the rest of your life, the Alumni Association will keep you connected to Washburn and your classmates. Today, our graduation gift to each of you is a complimentary one-year membership in the Alumni Association. Simply claim it and it's yours. Membership information is outlined on the postcard on your chair. Being a member of the Alumni Association is all the fun of college without the homework and tests. Don't be afraid to get involved and be a part of the fun. Your fellow Ichabod alumni will welcome you with open arms. Keep in mind, the university's reputation is built on the success of its graduates. We all know you will go on to do great things. On this day of graduation, we wish you happiness, good health, and prosperity. Thank you.
Will all graduates please rise and remain standing? For this next part of the ceremony, I need to ask each of you to make sure that your tassel is on the right side of your mortarboard. As a symbol of your great achievement, please move the tassel to the left side of your mortarboard to indicate your new status as college graduates and alumni. We conclude the Fall 2018 commencement with the singing of the Alma Mater by the Washburn Singers. The words are located on the inside cover of your program. Would everyone else please rise and remain standing for the recessional? Graduates, family, and friends, we at Washburn wish you the best in your future.